When they had taken their places, they sat down. This time, not with the unconstraint they had formerly shown. Then Beelzebub, turning to Hussein, said,
First of all, my boy, I give you my word that when we return home, unless any event from external causes independent of our essence will prevent this, I shall explain to you everything relating to the three brain beings who have taken your fancy, concerning that which during this journey of ours in the spaceship Karnak I promised to explain, but which I have for some reason or other left unexplained. But meanwhile, if you have any question in mind that now needs explanation, ask. I warn you, however, that we have not enough time to reply in the manner that has become proper to our talks during all this time, and hence try to formulate your question in such a way that my answer also may be brief. From such a question you may even, apropos, once more show to me to what extent your logical mentation has increased during my tales concerning the strange psyche of the three brain beings arising and existing on the planet Earth.
At this proposal of his grandfather, Hussein deeply thought, rather a long time, and then, in an exalted mood, spoke as follows. Sacred Padkurlad and fundamental cause of the cause of my arising. Since the solemnity which has just taken place, when your sacred essence became coated with a corresponding visible exterior, and when thereby the whole of its significance, which cannot be perceived or understood by all three-brained beings, became clear and even sensible to me, as well as to every other cosmic unit, save yourself. Every word spoken by you and every counsel of yours is taken by me as law. I must therefore strive with the whole of my presence to carry out the suggestion you have just made to me, and try as well and as briefly as possible to formulate my question. Sacred Padkurlad and cause of my arising. In order that the convictions formed in me during this time, owing to your explanations of the abnormalities proceeding on the planet Earth, may become definitely crystallized in me, I still wish very much to have at this time your personal and frank opinion as to the following. How would you reply if, let us suppose, our all-embracing Creator, endlessness himself, were to summon you before him and ask you thus, Beelzebub, you as one of the anticipated accelerated results of all my actualizations, manifest briefly the sum of your long-centuried impartial observations and studies of the psyche of the three-centered beings arising on the planet Earth, and state in words whether it is still possible by some means or other to save them and to direct them into the becoming path. Having said this, Hussein arose and, standing in a posture of reverence, began to look expectantly at Beelzebub. And Ahun also arose, Beelzebub smiling lovingly at this question of Hussein's. First said that he was now quite convinced that his tales had brought Hussein the desired results. And then in a serious tone, he continued that if our all-embracing unibeing Creator should indeed summon him before him and ask him thus, he would answer. Thereupon Beelzebub suddenly also arose unexpectedly, and having stretched his right hand forward and his left hand back, he directed his vision somewhere afar off, and it seemed that with his sight he was, as it were, piercing the very depths of space. Simultaneously, something pale yellow began, little by little, to arise around Beelzebub and to envelop him. And it was in no way possible to understand or to discern whence this something issued, whether it issued from Beelzebub himself or proceeded to him from space, from sources outside of him. Finding himself in these cosmic actualizations, incomprehensible for all three-brained beings, Beelzebub, in a loud voice, unusual for him, very penetratingly, intoned the following words.
Now all, and the all of my wholeness, the soul means now for the saving of the beings of the planet Earth, will be to plant again in their presences a new organ, an organ like Kundabuffer, but this time of such properties that every one of these unfortunates during the process of existence should constantly sense and be cognizant of the inevitability of his own death, as well as the death of everyone upon whom his eyes or attention rests. Only such sensation and cognizance can now destroy the egoism completely crystallized in them that has swallowed the whole of their essence, and also that tendency to hate others, which flows from it, the tendency, namely, which engenders all the mutual relations existing there, which serve as the chief cause of the abnormalities, unbecoming to three-brained beings, and maleficent for them themselves, and for the whole of the universe.